Okay.
All right, I'll call to order the Town of Mount Desert Planning Board meeting for May 10th, 2023. Welcome aboard. So we are still in hybrid territory with our planning board hearings, and tonight we have no one present in the meeting room, and online we've got Meredith Randolph and Dave Ashmore. Tracy and I are here in the meeting room though, along with Kim and Heidi. And I would suspect I probably don't need to go through our Zoom spiel about but I will say it anyhow, as we do have somebody online too, is that if you're online, please sign your name into the chat so we can have a record of who's online, please. And that's about it. We've got we've got a quorum, 4 of us present here tonight, and let's get going. One thing on the agenda is item 2, the completeness review for New Somme de Soleil LLC.
No, you gotta do your minutes.
I know that, but can I just say that that was postponed until June 14th?
It's item 4 actually on the.
Yeah.
The second issue, but.
So the agenda tonight, we've only got one review item. And
just so you know, Bobby Burdick is going to represent it, and she had to do a Blue Hill Planning Board at 5:30.
there she is.
Here she comes. I don't know how she's doing it. So impressive. I don't know how she got here doing 2 planning boards in one night.
That was close.
Welcome aboard, Bobby. We're in hybrid territory here still with Zoom and the planning board. I think we definitely have more people online than we do in person here in the meeting room. And if you can, please just sign your name into chat so we have a record of who's online. And let's get going. So second item on the agenda tonight, we've got approval of minutes, and those were the minutes from the 26th, and a ton of minutes. Thank you, Heidi. A+. You got not Jan's name spelled right.
Is the way I spelled it wrong?
I knew the first name was right.
Yeah, it's J-A.
Well, I had to look them up. I was looking them up online.
He had signed in. I just did not quite catch the way his last name was pronounced.
Yeah, it's
I got it.
all right. Well, thank you. And
I
anybody
make
care to
a
make
motion to approve the meeting minutes of April 6th?
26?
26.
Tracy Keller, I'll second that motion.
All right, all those in favor, Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Tracy,
Tracy Keller, aye.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
myself, William Hanley, aye. All right. Item 3 on the agenda. We have a conditional use approval application. It's conditional use approval application 004-2023. Owners are Arthur F. Shettle and Annis Hansen. Agent is Burdick and Associates Landscape Design, location 11 Long Lane, Mount Desert, tax map 20, lot 23. The zone is shoreline residential 3, and the purpose is section 3.4, excavation or filling of greater than 150 cubic yards. It's a shoreline stabilization project. We had a site visit at 4:30, and was this one advertised and abutters notified?
So it was advertised in the Ellsworth American on April 27th. And also in the Mount Desert Islander on the 27th. And there's an abutters list and a notice here. So yes, so they went out to 5 different parcels.
Great.
What's the date of the butterfly?
April 25th.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
All right, I'll first ask if there's any conflict of interest on the board for this application. None heard. I bet the site visit was absolutely beautiful today. Maybe Meredith could tell us all about that.
It's a shore, it's a pretty quiet, sort of in a quiet cove. Definitely a lot of evidence along the shore of topsoil ending up down on the beach. So there's a lot of young grass growing. The tide was fairly high when we had the site visit. So and so we observed the stretch that they plan to reinforce, and the trees. They have some lovely large pine trees growing along the shore, and their root systems are starting to become exposed. Definitely needs some stabilization. There's a dock, and the dock was right sort of in the middle of the area to be restored. Yeah, Tracy was there too. She can comment.
Yeah, no, the only other thing I could add at all is that there are rocks and some boulders there, but Bobby explained to us that because of the nature of some of those stones are rounder rather than pointy, that they weren't able to weave together and lock in because of their round. So they had moved, and their roundness allowed them to move around and move with the tide, and actually possibly cause a little bit more erosion than they otherwise would have been there. So the stones they're going to put in their place are the locking variety to shore it up.
All right, thank you. And with that, Bobby, I'll turn it over to you to walk us through the application, please.
Sure. Yeah, so as Meredith said, there's where this dock is located, that's sort of part of the project area. So as you'll see on the plan, the proposal for the stabilization starts maybe 6 or 8 feet to the north of the dock, and then runs about 150 feet in the other direction. It's a much greater shoreline, but this obviously is the area that's in need of stabilization. The pine trees that are there right on the edge of the shore, they've lost a couple of them, presumably due to exposed roots and just the harsh conditions there. As Tracy said, a lot of this soil, from above has slumped down. It's a lot more visible at low tide, but we were able to see probably 15 or 20 feet of it today, where some grasses have sort of grown into that clay soil that's come down from the bank. So at some point, somewhere along the line, someone did a stabilization there. And used much smaller boulders than we normally would use in a stabilization. And so even though this is in a what seems to be a protected cove, the conditions are still fairly harsh there in terms of the shifting and the tidal, the wave action that happens. So from the house, which sits pretty much at 75 feet, or I think some of it's actually into the shoreland zone there, and down towards the water, there's been a little bit of a belly created, which has not allowed an even sheet flow to happen. So a lot of it's funneling down to where the dock exists right now. So the most exposed roots that are evident on this site is right at the dock. The water has, eroded the soil there. There are a couple little steps, stepping stone pieces that were put in over the years. All of that has sunk down, so there's a major tripping hazard at the moment getting onto the dock. And that's sort of present as you go along the shoreline with that undercutting that's happening. So the proposal really is to just take out the smaller stone that's there and that rounded stone that Tracy was mentioning, and backfill, put in larger boulders and backfill with more of a blasted ledge. They call it blasted ledge. It's 4 to 6 inch angular stone that really knits together quite well. And then filter fabric would be put in behind that, and any areas along the top of the bank that we can plant with some stabilizing plants, we would do that. And add a step at the dock area where that's grade has dropped down. So that's really the gist of it.
All right, thank you. All right, well, I guess I'll open it up for public comment. If anybody cares to comment on the application, now's the time to do it.
Do we have any public here at all?
There's definitely no one in the room.
There's nobody else online either.
Mm-mm.
Suzanne works for Bobby.
Yeah. All right, well, then I'll close the public comment section of the application review, and let's get on to it. And first ask if anybody would care to make a motion to find the application complete.
I'll make a motion to find the application complete.
Tracy Keller, I'll second.
All right, all those in favor, Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
myself, William Hanley, aye. Anybody think we should maybe use the short form on this one?
I make a motion to use the short form.
Dave Ashmore, second.
All right, all those in favor, Meredith,
Aye.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
myself, William Hanley, aye. And then we do our little thing where anybody care to make a motion to approve the application?
Tracy Keller, I'll make a motion to approve the application.
Dave Ashmore, second.
And then we press pause. And we go through the review criteria, and what we're doing is we're going through section 6A, B, and C, and section 5.9 of the land use ordinance. And we're gonna use the short form checklist and follow along with the application and keep going. It didn't print out the short form checklist, by the way.
I have it.
Yeah,
Do you want it?
yes, please. Yay.
That's
thank-
5.9,
Yeah,
and then. Did I give you the other one too? Or something
No.
like that? No,
just 5 million.
hang on a sec. I have it. And then I have a mess of paper. Sorry, we lost that.
No worries.
Mm. It hasn't been out, so I don't think she's. Provided none of those for you.
No, that's.
Hold on. I printed one for me and Heidi. Maybe Kimberly. You see it now?
No minutes. Sign-in sheet, agenda.
Hang on, I have too much stuff.
You have a long one? I mean, I can use a long one and I can give.
No, I
It's so much faster with
I
the.
don't know, but I printed both.
I mean, I can still mark it.
No, it's just all minutes.
Minutes.
Mhm. Gotta print one.
Hey, I'm gonna have to steal yours for a second. My Bill can start it. Just.
Yeah.
An old one, I mean, I can
No, I
write it.
don't think we have a roll one. I mean.
An old one or
That one, if he's got that.
Right.
I don't know what happened to the other copy. Start away.
All right. We're gonna go for it. We're on section 6A, general performance standards. 6A1, compatibility. All right, applicant says there's 150 plus or minus feet along the shoreline. And visual impact from the home, no one will see. From the home, they'll see a smoother transition to the top of the dock. Proximity to other structures, it's approximately, the shoreline is approximately 200 feet from the house, and density of development is NA, so C application. Erosion and sedimentation controls, they're gonna use the DEP's best management practices. C application, highway safety is NA. 6A4, impact on town services, NA. 6A5, land suitability. Well, the project is to prevent erosion, not create it, kind of why we're all here, so. It's the application. 6A6, lighting outdoor, there's no lighting proposed, so. NA. And 6A7, stormwater. They say applicable standard met, so C application. Vegetation. They said there's no, yeah, the tree removal near town or state roads or slash. So NA. Dust, fumes, vapors, odors, and gases. Say applicable standard met. So C application. The findings of fact are as presented by the applicant, and the attached application and conclusion of law is that the proposed use is in compliance with all standards of section 6A, for which the standard has been met.
You want
Can
to
I
vote?
say? So moved.
Meredith Randolph, I second that.
All right, all those in favor, Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
and myself, William Hanley, aye. All right, moving on, section 6B, specific performance standards for activities and land uses. So 6B1, agriculture is NA. 6B7, and I'm following on the checklist here, even though there are other sections before that. Section 6B7, excavation or filling. And they've got the table in the application. We're in the SR3 zone, excavation or filling greater than 150 cubic yards. And that's why we're here tonight. So C application, fences and walls, NA, mineral exploration, 6B12, NA, sign regulations, 6B15, NA, 6B17, wireless communication facilities, NA, 6B19, animal husbandry 2, NA, 6B20, mobile food vendors, NA, 6B21, rooming house, NA, 6B22, hotels and motels, NA. So the findings of fact are that the proposed use will include none of the specific activities or land uses described in section 6B except for 6B7, excavation and filling, And the conclusion was that section 6B is not applicable except for 6B7, for which the standard has been met.
Tracy Keller, so moved.
Meredith Randolph, I second that.
All those in favor, Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
and myself, William Hanley, aye. All right, since we are in the shoreline zone, we are gonna do section 6C. Just flipping to that in the application. Got the application open to section 6C, the short form checklist. And let's do it. So section 61, agriculture and animal husbandry, or NA. 62, archaeological sites. The applicant says NA.
There's a letter in there.
All right. So
Yeah,
we're,
right. If you look at, sorry. In here,
yeah,
it's the current, shit right here. From Kurt Mahoney there.
yeah. So we,
Historic Preservation.
yeah, so we've got a letter submitted from Kurt Mahoney from the Historic Preservation. And we are gonna say C application, but does the applicant,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
you're gonna modify the application?
Yeah, well, they have it in here. I don't know why they must, the Jen didn't probably just, because they modified that page. Did you get you can get it by, yeah, she.
No.
They've got it in the original.
Okay,
They're all
all right,
set.
so we're all set.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had pages we had to replace. It looks like Jen did.
Great. So 65 essential services are NA. 66 parking areas, NA. 67 marine and freshwater structure standards are NA, they're not building a pier. 69 roads and driveways, NA. And 12 water quality.
It's 11 and 9.
Yeah, in the,
It's 11 on mine too.
yeah, on the checklist, it's 12. So NA. So the findings of fact are that the proposed use will include none of the specific activities or land uses described in section 60, except for section 62. And the conclusion of the law is that section 60 is not applicable except for section 62, for which the standard has been met.
I so
Um,
moved.
Tracy Keller, second.
All right, all those in favor, Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
myself, William Hanley, aye. All right, and because we are in the shoreline zone, we get to do section 5.9 as well. So let's do it. All right, section 591 will maintain safe and healthful conditions. They say C application. 592 will not result in water pollution, erosion, or sedimentation to surface waters. C application. 593 will adequately provide for the disposal of all wastewater. Probably say that's NA.
It is.
594 will not have an adverse impact on spawning grounds, fish, aquatic life, bird, or other wildlife habitat. See application. 595 will conserve shore cover and visual as well as actual points of access to inland and coastal waters. See application. 596 will protect archaeological and historic resources as designated in the comp plan. See application. 597 will not adversely affect existing commercial fishing, maritime activities or shoreline commercial district. I would say that's NA because they're not in the shoreline commercial district. 598 will avoid problems associated with floodplain development and use. See application. And 599 is in conformance with the provisions of
section 6A, B, and C, for which the standard has been met.
Tracy Keller, so moved.
Dave Ashmore, second.
All right, all those in favor, Tracy,
Clarify that we're moving and seconding the findings of fact as see above and the conclusion of law that all requirements for section 5.9 have been met.
correct,
All right.
thank you. So Tracy moved it, Dave seconded it. All those in favor, Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
Meredith,
Randolph, I.
myself, William Hanley, aye. So are there any permit conditions on this one? No,
No,
no
they got
DEP,
it.
they got it all. All right, well then I'm gonna circle back to our approval vote and press play. All those in favor of approving the application, Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
myself, William Hanley, aye. Congratulations.
We have fit in another planning board meeting.
Thank you. No, I'm good with that.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, use your pen.
Yeah.
Cam,
You're all set with us, I assume.
Yes,
You are.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Cam?
Yes.
Yes,
will you have email a signature page to me and I'll sign it and put it in the mail tomorrow morning before I take off?
yeah. I'll do it. I'll scan it after the meeting and send it to you.
Yeah, either that or tomorrow morning. I'm not leaving until 11, not leaving the house until 11.
I'll do it before I leave work tonight.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Where are you headed, Dave?
Down to Florida to assess damages.
Oh. Do you own the property?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's just, I got hit by the hurricane last October.
I can sign it.
Oh. Wow, you're
Okay.
not getting down to look at it till now.
No, I've been down. Now I'm going down to, they've done most of the repairs.
I need you to, did you sign the 5 times?
So I'm going down now to look it over,
There's 2
see
sections.
what I gotta do.
Sections. I
Good
need you to
luck.
sign. That's for section 6.
Do anyone know Suzanne's last name?
Yeah, it's
It's on the
Stroud.
application.
It's Stroud, I believe.
Packet.
So wait a second. look at what-
Says project manager.
She was the project
Look,
manager.
Yeah.
they signed that page, that,
6
that,
okay,
that over.
and then,
Did I, no,
no. 5, you didn't sign it.
we just signed it.
Is there another one that you signed? Okay, we need to adjourn.
All right, any motions to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Tracy Keller, second.
All right, all those in favor, Meredith,
Randolph, I.
Tracy,
Tracy Keller, I.
Dave,
Dave Ashmore, aye.
myself, William Hanley, aye. And the sun's still up.
Hey, imagine
That was
that.
Really quick.